Yeah, okay. It's Abadi again from Nice Gambia, and I have a gentleman here who is managing this slave house. So we came around to have a chat with him so that he can explain to us the history of this place. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. First of all, my name is Abdullah Sidibe, and they call me Alaji Sidibe, Mr. Sidibe. I've been here for a long time, about since 1996. I'm here explaining it to the tourists, students, a lot of guests who normally comes here. And this is Janjambure, and then it's have three names: Janjambure, Makati Island Division, and we call it also Joytown. So it's had three different names in the Gambia here. It's the only place which is having the three names, which is like name since those days in the colonial days. The local name is Janjambure,
Like how the Gambians
and then the Gambian people call it Janjambure locally.
locally.
The first European who have been here, then after those people also came. These are colonial people who have been first, founders here, like King George was the governor, Sir Charles Makadi is the administrator. So they named this town after those people named.
Georgetown.
After those people named Joytown and also Makati Island Division. Locally they call it Janjambure. Janjambure also, they are twin brothers. And these two twin brothers used to come from Nyani, that is the North Bank area.
That is if you cross.
If you cross, around Baribu area, like there, this Nyani, it's Nyani, it's not Baribu, but Nyani area. These two twins comes to Janjambure here, and then they are the first settlers here, first founders here. They named this town after those people names Janjambure locally.
So they are the first people to come here. They are the first people to come.
They are the first people who came here. They are here was an empty land before. When they came, these people were farmers and they were palm wine tappers. And there are a lot of palm trees here. When they realized that the farming system here was very good to them, they realized they can settle here. These two twin brothers, separated, and then they were doing business. Janjang went this end, Bure went this end. So they named this town after those people named Janjambure. So that's how this name came to Janjambure. And these, two brothers, these colonial people also, after King George was the governor, Sir Charles Makati is the administrator. These are white people from English people, missionaries who came. So they named these people to those people's name, Joytown, also Makati Island Division. That's the Tobago people name. So like that, we are right now at the gate of when we are going to the underground slave house. We have the underground here, we have the slave market here. At the market, this is the market down there, but it's been broken down, and then nobody's been taking care of it, so it's all broken down.
That is his friend.
That's the building was there.
Okay.
So the harmful slaves were kept there. So the aggressive slaves are kept in the underground. Go to there. So this is the place, which is the underground slave house. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and normally the rebellion ones are kept here, downstairs in the underground here. Yeah. So the harmful slaves are kept at the slave market there, which is the warehouse down there. Upstairs, the trade masters will be there. The trade masters, which is the colonial masters.
Okay.
They will be there upstairs.
Okay.
But they don't sleep there, but they look after these other people here. They have guns and other things, the weapons.
Yeah.
But plus the other people, our own black people, who help them to assist them to go inside the underground, to take these other slaves from the underground here to the slave market. You understand? So we'll go there, then you can see. So this is the underground slave house. As you can see, here, these seats here, there are a lot of tourist students coming here. That's why we put these chairs here. So when they come, this is where they sit, and then I explain to them.
Okay.
And this is upstairs, this is downstairs. You understand?
Yeah.
So when the slaves are here, about 50 people will be here inside the underground here.
In this first
The first house here.
Okay.
And then there is another house. We have room and parlor. And this other room here, about almost 50. And this other room here, about 50. And there are small cells inside also. And these cells are solitary confinement room.
Sorry?
Solitary confinement room. Like, it's a cells whereby they kept the most rebellion one. Those, the rebellion ones are kept here.
Yeah.
But you are very cocky, like it's still, disturbing them. They put you in these small cells. And these cells, there are metal bars across inside the wall. Okay. See this, chains here. Can see.
Oh yeah.
So they will put you inside these metal bars. They tied you. 4 people in this room. And this door will be closed here. Almost 4.
And this is like 1 meter by...
Yeah.
1 meter by 3?
Yeah, so like they used to keep them here. They defecate here, and then urinate, toilet, everything here.
Oh, in the same room there?
In the same room, even here.
Okay.
They end up having cholera, epidemic. Some of them became blind because it's very, very dark here. Whilst they are here, the water comes down because they dig here below the river level.
Okay.
When the river is high tide, it normally have the water here. When it's low tide, it doesn't have the water. Okay. So the slaves only have to drink when the river is high tide. Sometimes the river will be floating here. The water will come to their knees, to their neck. Sometimes they be inside the water here. So they will be here for 14 days, depending on the arrival of the ship. So they will be here, and then men and women, children of 9 years, 12 years, all of them will be here like sardine. But because why we take the floor down, like I told you, students are coming here for excursion. So when they came, some of them will climb up to remember they have been here, they write their name. These are students writing. So the building is about to fall down. That is why we removed the floor down. Okay. But it was still here. Even you shout here, nobody can be able to hear upstairs.
So it's like the top part was completely sealed.
It was sealed here. This is a pillar to support the floor. You understand? And they will put some of them with this one. Those people want to revolt to them. They put them to their neck. And they will tie them to their legs. You cannot get stand straight forward. If you understand, this will drag you down. You understand? Why is this sealed here?
Okay.
So they will be here. Then it's like survival of the fittest. They scramble this hole here and this hole. That is where they give them food. They get the ventilation from these small holes, and the light come from there, and they drop the food because while the white people are upstairs drinking alcohol. These are conference hall there, but we will go there after. The conference hall that is upstairs there. The white people will be meeting about the slaves, like how to ship them. Because they don't come here, they have other black people who will assist them. Like those people who were free to the freedom tree. Because there is a tree there, like I told you, if they run to, because there was a freedom flag pole, but tree which was there, it has fallen down. Now they put another tree as a monument. And this was done by the Peace Corps volunteers and with the town committee members here. So if you run to the tree, you hook the tree, there is a metal here. They put it in the fire. This metal. They will put it in the fire. They put it to your arm or to your back. They brandy you. But it's not easy for you to reach to the freedom tree because they have the guns and dogs. So it's like a sort of a game, like a sport for them. If you are running to the tree, the dogs can bite them or they can shoot them at their legs. So maybe one or none of them will be escaped to that tree. You understand? So whilst they are in the underground here, all of them, their hands will be shackled. You see, you can come this way. Like they would put this thing to their hands like that. Like that. You understand? This is original one from Bolton, England. You can see the writing here. Here and here. You know, there are a lot of these circles here. They put it to their hands and they will bend down here like that. They drink like animal. This is a tunnel. There is a stream pipe connected to the river Gambia. So when the river is high tide, it normally have the water here. When it's low tide, it doesn't have the water. So the slaves only have to drink when the river is high tide. Sometimes the river will be floating here. The water will come to their knees, to their waist, sometimes to their neck. They be inside the water here. They defecate, urinate, toilet, because not only this tunnel here, but also they dig here below the river level. So when the flood, this cement was not here, it was muddy. So they dig it below the river level. When the flooding comes, it will always float here. They will be inside here, they defecate, urinate, toilet here. And this is for the small children of 9 years, 12 years, all of them will be chained here. So when they are chained here, they will be chained until the ship arrives. When the ship arrives there, like I told you, they will come for them here, remove this chain from their legs, take them to upstairs. There was a skeleton branch upstairs there. But here was not been fenced. This is why they still mess up these circles here and the chains here. They will look at their weight. If you have 90 kilo, 100 kilo, 150 kilo for the men, they take you to the ship. For the ladies, your tits and your breasts. The more younger you have, the more healthier they used to take for the ladies. So if they are taking them to the slave market, there is a tree there, like I told you, if you run to that tree, they brandy you with this iron brass. But it's not easy for you to reach to that tree because they have guns and dogs. So it's like a sort of a game. That's how they used to put them here. And then for 14 days they will be here. And then this is like, first you have the Arab people. After the Arab, you have the Portuguese. After the Portuguese, French. After the French, then we have the English people. But we have trans-Saharan slave trade. We have transatlantic slave trade. We have the kind of the domestic slavery within us. Our people also were doing this thing. Trans-Saharan slave trade was the Arab people. The Arab people were coming here. By then they were coming to introduce Islam. When they were coming here to introduce Islam, they were also catching our people here to take them to the European, because by then they make them as slaves. The Arab people. So when they take our people, they make them as slaves. The European they will sell them to the European. While the European, they don't come to here. They go to the Red Indians. So the Red Indians were not very more strong. Some of them get sick, some of them die. So there was a Spanish man called Bishop Las Casas. This man is from Spain. Went to the European and tell them that before they buy the slave from the Arab people, or they go to India, so it's better for them to come to West Africa here, because the West African people are very strong. And this is why the European also came. And they meet us, our people also were making some kind of slavery. But our people, how they do this slavery, it's not like this way to put them in the underground here, to torture them, to beat them up. No. Our people were doing this thing. Even now, if you go to the Saragulis and some of the Mandigods, we have it like Jonkunda, Foraya Kunda. You know, Jongol Dulato, and then Foraya Kunda. So then if you have a naming ceremony, you can call those called Jongos, like your slaves. They come and work for you. When they work for you, you give them some clothing, some food, and some money. That's like a joke. When we are doing that, when the European comes, they saw that they also imply the same. So after when they used to come to our people, by then, our people were not educated. And they were not using money. They were using the money like the cowrie shells. The shells, this is like kurungo. The only used to run kodo, the kurungo. They call it cowrie shell in English. The cowries were, not from these small rivers. They are from the ocean. So you can have them that the white people came, they said that if you have that 350 or 400 cowrie shell, they can let you to free one slaves. But for you to have that, it's not easy. They from the sea. That's what they tax them. They fold them, and then they give them, they take our raw materials here. because by then they don't use money and they were doing barter exchange. By then, if they come, like, if you have rice, I have groundnut, I give you rice, you give me groundnut, or you have a cup of rice, you take it to the shop, they give you canned beef or sardine. That's what the people were doing. So when the Europeans come, they don't buy the slave from them, but they fool them just to take from them our raw materials like golds, diamond, metals. They take it all of that from them here, and they take it to Europe. This is what they manufacture again. They make it like a mirror. They make it like spoons, knife, glasses, gunpowder, sugar, salt. See, when they came, they brought that and they give it to the kings. The kings have never seen themselves when they make their traditional dressing. When they look at themselves with that mirror, they will become proud of that. So they will give them a lot of mirrors. So they mix them up. They divide and rule them. They mix them together. The kings will fight each other. Then the largest kingdom, who won the small kingdom, will try to take the small kingdom people, then give it to the European. Then the European will not give them money because our people didn't use money. You understand? So that's how they fool them. That's how they take most of our young men and our young women. They transport them because they don't know money. They don't know these things. They were not using money. So they give them these gunpowder, sugar, salt, metals, and that's how they give them. Some of them, because by then our people, they don't take our young children to school, but they don't, before, to train them to have respect, to be big heroes, no. But they circumcise them. They take them in the bush. For about 2 months or 3 months, they will be in the bush. So before coming out of that circumcision, they will tell them to go and hunt an animal, like a bird or a wild animal. So you will catch this animal without killing it, without wounding it wisely. So if you are catching this animal, the white people know that there are circumcised children in the bush. So they will also go there with their traps, with net, with dogs. That's how they catch people like Kunta Kinte. So they trap them there, the circumcised children, they bring them here because here is an island, is surrounded by water. Before, our people cannot swim. Even now, our old people cannot swim. Me and my brother cannot swim, my father cannot swim because maybe the youngsters can be able to swim. That's why there is a slave house here. You understand? That's why even now, there is a prison here. We have 3 prisons in the Gambia here. Mile 2, Joshua, and here. So they bring them here because people cannot swim. That's why there is a slave house here. So from this island here, some of them, they catch debtors, criminals, those who lend the kings, you don't pay them cows, jewelry, they make you as slaves. That's how they used to take them. So from this island here, it's called Fort George. Why they call here Fort George? After the abolition of the slavery, here was a military base. That's why they call here Fort George. From Fort George here, the ship will take them to James Island, that is in the Gambia here. From James Island to Gorée Island in Senegal. From Gorée to other African countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and then they will take most of them to South America and Brixton and Caribbean, like a triangular slave trade like Guyana. So they take them, most of them, to like that in South America. So they take them to the sugar plantation and then to work for them. So that's how most of them, according to history, about 10 to 15 million slaves from only West Africa here to Europe and America, estimately. Some say it's even more than that, 20 million or 30 million. Some die here, some die on the way going. So the one they count, those who reach there, they say 10 to 15 million slaves, according to history. But some say it's even more than that. But when the slavery was abolished, the last abolition, 1823, because the slavery started in the 16th and 17th centuries and stopped at 1807. The last abolition is 1823, when they lastly abolished it here. You understand? But after that, there were some people coming. So that's why it goes up to 1823. But it was going on in America up to 1900 plus. But here it stopped, last abolition 1823. So that's how it was going. So they freed some slaves from America, Europe, and then brought them back to Africa here. Some of them came here, some of them Liberia and Sierra Leone. And that's why they call Sierra Leone their capital, Freetown. Liberia, Liberté, in French, free. Some slaves came here, those are the Creoles and the Akus. They speak pidgin English. like Jamaican in Jamaica. They said, where are you going to? They said, Usai they go. How are you doing this? What they do? Because they lost of their tribe language. So when they came, they saw the wooden house here in Europe. They came to here, they built up these wooden houses. Now we left with only one wooden house here, built by the Jones family. This is still here. If you go to Banjul, we have a lot of those wooden houses there. They build it because here is very warm and very hot. Before, when the white people went, the Akus were the first settlers here. You know, I told you, Janjang and Bure, here was an empty land. Janjang and Bure, they are the founders of here. Here was a swamp land, empty land, nothing was here. After Europeans come, they meet those people. After the Europeans, the Akus, the late people who were in America, they were lost of their tribe, and they don't have no tribe. They lost of their Mandinka language, you know, Fula. They cannot speak no language again. Wallo multimillion they have come back. They came back to here, and then, you know, they cannot speak no language again. Like I told you, they said, where are you going to? They said, Osai they go, how are you doing this, what I do? Those are the second settlers here after the white people. Wallon the first settlers here. Those are the first settlers here, the Akus. Well, even there are a lot of compounds here. You know, they are in the Aku compounds. They are in the Aku compounds. So we have left with only one here, which is the wooden house still here, but not be renovated. It's still broken, you know. So this is still here. So the 200 migrants who came from Europe, the descendants, they came, they built these wooden houses. They lived in that, and that's how they call the Akus and the, you know, the pidgin. They speak pidgin English, the Creoles. Like that, you know, this is how it was going on. But still, after that, when the slavery is about to finish, the Europeans came, like the English people came, the missionaries, they came, they first built the church here. And this is the first church in the sub-Sahara here in West Africa, built in 1832. This is where our primary school is. When they built the church, they said the education is better than silver and gold. So when they say that, they built the school here, and they built the school in Banjul, which is the Armitage High School they built here. The boys' high school they built in Banjul. Now that is the Gambia High School. You understand? The school is built in 1927. Before, there are hot houses there. Only the king's sons were going to that school. If you are not a king's son, you don't go to that school. Because why? The kings are not educated. So they said, let us take their son to school and educate them, so that when they learn, they can talk to their fathers. Their fathers would not exchange our people by material. That's what they do. So that's how the school comes. Wow. So this is how it was going on. So after that, you know, the slavery come to finish. Lastly, 1823, but it was going on in America up to 1900 plus. So it's a long history. Yeah. And then if I, you know, it was my father before, but he's very old, and now it's me who is taking care of the place here. Like I tell you, since 1996 I'm in here. But still now slavery is going on, mental slavery. We go to Libya, our own Gambian people are selling their own people, you know, to the Libyan people. They are making them slaves. We have to keep our history, maintain it for the young people so that they can also know about history. That is why I'm here, to keep this thing, advising students, let them make the best use of their education. Education is not like to go to school and learn and have money, but to make the best use of your education, let nobody fool you. That's the best education. Thank you very much. So it's like that. This is the whole history. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
Any question?
Well. Very well. I think everything is clear. Everything is clear, yeah. So thank you so much for the wonderful narration. Yeah, I normally hear about this slave trade, but nothing like what I had today. So I'm gonna say thank you so much. Yeah, I am really, really impressed with everything that's in your head, that you just remembered and then try to narrate it out to people. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
You know, we cannot, you know, end the history like that. You know, but we have to. Somebody have to be here to be keeping it.
Yeah.
So if you don't keep this thing will be collapsed, and nobody will be taking take care of this thing. So we would like help from anybody who would like to help us to keep this place here, you know, so that we can maintain it.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody can come, you know, like to help us, like here you can see the floor is going down. You should have to keep it. The government is not taking care of the UNESCO now. We ready to them, they don't help us. So because of the help of the people, when they come, that's what I tell them. So when they can help us, we can keep here, and then we can do joint. So whether we can do something for here. So this house is still here since long time, about 300 to 400 years ago. But our forefathers found this house here, making this as a slave house. They were saying this to me, and then we learned it from the school. So from our experience from that, we learned it from the other people. That's what we share and tell it to the people. This is why we're here.
I can see the house really needs some renovation.
Yeah.
Though it was solidly built, I think that's why it is still surviving.
Yeah.
But definitely it needs some renovation because you can see some cracks around.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Not to make it nice,
yeah,
but to make it strong. Yeah.
So that at least the other people like
And
feel
decent.
some other people that will come in generations to come, so that they can also see
Exactly.
and then able to know the history of this place.
That is it. So upstairs here also, you can come to here. As you can see here, like I told you, this is the trade master's place, where they have the conference hall. The conference hall, that is the upstairs here. See? COVID-19. So you can see here, you know, this is the underground dungeon. Upstairs here, that is the warehouse for the trade masters, where they have the meeting about them. Okay. So this is where they give them food. They drop it there, and this goes and it's normally do. There's another hole there. So you can see here, that's all. These are the cells inside. Right now we are upstairs. Downstairs is here. It was still here. So this is a pillar to support the floor, like I told you. These are small cells there. You can see the cells. So the white people will be up, and with some black people who were free to the freedom tree is down there. When they run to the tree and they touch the tree, they are free. But this is all muddy. They be inside the water there before. Not the only tunnel, but they also be in the water, like in the underground here. See? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.